All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Connor. As always, I'm joined by Cam.
Hello.
We we are the Podcrastinators, and as per usual, we in tandem with our usual seasons that we do, our theme seasons. We always go see the modern movies that come out. Today was Smile,
Brand new horror movie.
brand new horror movie, which surprisingly had we were trying to go to a number of different theaters today to go see it, but they were all packed.
It was.
Which was surprising to me because like when I saw the trailers, I thought it looked cheap, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I did not have a lot of faith in this movie based off the trailers, but it was an interesting concept. And, sometimes it's fun to talk about a bad movie, but to be honest, I didn't think it was that bad.
I didn't think it was that bad either.
I was pleasantly surprised by it.
Yeah.
I definitely had a lot of issues with it, but overall I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's definitely something that's great, but it was significantly better than what I was expecting it to be. Like there's a lot of moments in the film where I was like, well, there was a lot of maybe not needless, but annoying jump scares, but there was a lot of points where I thought there would be an annoying jump scare, but there wasn't, which was kind of nice. I guess they subverted my expectations for how it's normally done, you know?
I thought my biggest problem with this movie was honestly the marketing. Like almost everything, just like Don't Worry Darling, like everything, all the like scares and stuff you saw in the trailer, like the very first death, the guy smiling that's her patient, the head going upside down with her sister
falling into the table.
Yeah. Oh, that was in the trailer?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Damn. Yeah. So
maybe that was in a different. Did that happen in Don't Worry, Darling?
I don't remember that. I honestly forgot about Don't Worry, Darling. That right after we recorded the episode.
Fair enough. Yeah, really, they did show everything. I will say they just didn't show the graphic detail of it. Maybe like 5 seconds, but before or after. But like you knew it was gonna happen.
That's what I found so disappointing. Was like at the very beginning when she's like talking to the patient that kills herself. That was in the trailer. I was like, well, I know exactly what's gonna happen, so like this isn't scary. And then when her sister like walks out of the door to meet her at her car, it was like, oh, her head's gonna be under, like, go upside down. Like,
yeah,
just knowing exactly what was gonna happen just a little bit ruined it for me. But I guess trailers always give too much away.
Yeah.
So I think
if you want to see something really badly, stay away from all the marketing material. I don't know. That's just a good rule of thumb to go by. Like even in general for shit you don't like, even like this, something that you and I didn't care that much about. If we didn't see any of the trailers, it would have been more shocking.
Yeah.
A lot of those big scenes.
The marketing definitely ruined this a little bit for me.
So for me with horror movies, I feel like it's very hard for me to get into a horror movie. And I usually my criteria for like if I thought it was cool was the monster design. So I will say this gets a Connor seal of approval for the end monster design. No, I thought it was super cool.
I also really liked the monster design. It like made me think of like Junji Ito monsters, but it seemed like the other people in the theater weren't really fans of it. They were like cracking up at it.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I thought it was really cool.
I wonder if they were laughing at it as like they were so shocked, like, holy shit, ha ha ha, because you're with your friends. Like,
yeah.
Because I thought it was I thought it was really sick. The super elongated torso and stuff, and then
all the like different mouths and stuff.
Like the
Did you see
layered
that?
mouths.
That was sweet.
Yeah.
I even thought the like when it was more humanoid, it still looked not that bad. Like,
yeah, when it kind of looked like her mom.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm glad that they gave it a more like demonic looking design too. Like I would have been disappointed if it was just the mom version of it.
True.
What would you call the demon? the smile demon?
The smile man.
Yeah. The bye-bye man.
The bye-bye man, that's what it was from did we ever do an episode on Black Phone? No. That movie
No.
This movie was more enjoyable than Black Phone.
Well, when we started this movie, I was like, I want to know like, I'm gonna ask Connor what he thought was better, this or Don't Worry, Darling, and this was leagues better.
This was leagues better. I don't. Out of everything in theaters right now, this is what I'd go recommend at least.
Mm-hmm. To be honest, I don't know if I could recommend seeing this in theaters. Like, it's a Paramount movie, so they're definitely going to be moving it onto Paramount Plus within like 3 weeks. So
might as well just wait. People weren't waiting though. They're excited to see this movie. Everybody in my house was super pumped. Anytime they went to go see a movie, they're like, "You see that Smile trailer? Holy shit.
Really scary.
Super spooky."
But too bad all the scary parts were just...
I hate jump scares. I mean, I can't say they're not necessary, like anything. But they just kind of piss me off sometimes. Like in this movie, there was a couple where I'm like, fuck off. Like, I don't want to just jump. Like,
there were a bunch of jump scares that got me.
There was a ton that got me, yeah.
I feel like usually I don't get got by jump scares. Because like you said, like there were times that you like think that there's going to be a jump scare and then there wasn't. Like, I feel like in a lot of horror movies, you can tell when a jump scare is coming and it usually doesn't get me. But there were a lot that got me. Probably the one with the sister and her head going upside down probably would have got me if it wasn't in the fucking trailer.
True. Very, very true. Dude, when she at the beginning of the movie, when she opened the can of cat food, that sound was so loud that was the biggest jump scare for me. I like visibly like shook back. I was
Why'd they make that so loud? And then the like title when it was like at the very beginning, Smile, so loud, and you know that made me think of us screaming at the beginning of the Don't Worry, Darling one. It was like, Jesus, why'd they do that to me?
It'll happen again. There'll be not anytime soon. Don't worry. Don't be scared. It'll happen when you're least expecting, when you're nice and cozy.
We'll jump scare you.
Yeah, we'll jump scare you. To be honest, though, there's not a lot to say about the movie. There was a lot of shots.
A lot to say.
There's
about
a lot
this
of
movie.
shots where they did upside down.
There were a lot of upside down shots. Well, did you notice something that I thought was funny at like the very first kill when her patient slits her own throat and the doctors come in and are like, well, maybe not doctors, but like the security people come in to like help, and the guy's like trying to check her pulse and he was just like putting his fingers on her shoulder, like clearly not on her neck at all.
Did he really?
Yeah, it was like, yeah, it was so lame. But I really liked the birthday party scene. The birthday party scene was probably my favorite part, to be honest. Because even though I called spoilers, even though I called that the cat was going to be in the
little choo-choo box.
Yeah. I thought like the reaction was really good and like how people reacted, I guess. And then I didn't see her falling into the table, which we mentioned, but I really enjoyed that part. That's when I was like, oh, fuck.
That either happened in this trailer or Don't Worry, Darling. Because to be honest, I don't remember much of Don't Worry, Darling either. But there is a movie that came out recently and it was either this one or Don't Worry, Darling. I think it was this one. So I really do think they showed every single big part of the movie in the trailers.
Mm-hmm. So I thought that the deaths, honestly, were like pretty tame, though, in my opinion. Like
they were
even like the most gruesome parts were like the photos, and it was like, yeah, clearly they just didn't have the budget for any like actual crazy deaths, so they're just gonna have this one lady slit her throat and then the main character will burn herself through the reflection of the eyes, so we don't really have to show any of the details. But like
when the monster was lit on fire, though, that was pretty
that was cool. That was really cool.
You knew it wasn't dead, though.
No
I did like how you found out like she never
left the house.
Yeah, I thought that was well done. The highlight of the movie was the last like 20 minutes, and I think that's like the only part I will remember, or like I liked, like truly liked, you know, like everything else was bearable.
I thought the like the meat of the movie, like a lot of it was like just a pretty generic horror movie, you know, where like some spooky stuff is happening and she is trying to figure out what's going on, and things progressively get crazier and crazier.
You know what part of the movie kind of bothered me? Was when they start realizing that there's the chain of people killing themselves, and then like the witness killing themselves. And then they're like, oh, but one person broke the chain and he's in prison because he murdered somebody, and there was a witness to the murder. And then they go and talk to him. They're like, oh, it left you because you killed somebody. And you're like, really?
Did you not figure that out?
Yeah. Was it not like just was it really that hard? You had to go speak to him? Like
the guy's reaction though was really good.
Yeah,
he sold it. That was another. I thought it was like a good part though when they like talk to him. Then she lets it slip that it's actually her and that guy, and he freaks the fuck out. I thought, even though it was so pointless, like it was a good point of the movie.
I thought the movie was going to end with some like lesson on trauma and like how she like learned to overcome the demon. But no, she just died.
She did learn to overcome it though, because she confronts her mom and is like it wasn't my fault. I was only 10. Like, it's not fair to you, but like I know it was only 10. And then I
was thinking about that, but also she had the therapy for so long. I think she probably already came to that conclusion. You know?
Yeah, but she actually got to like say it to the mom, even though it wasn't actually the mom. Like that was her, like, you know,
what was
actually confronting
What was the thing
it.
that the therapist said too? Like, some trauma wounds don't ever heal.
Or she was like, you're dealing with trauma wounds that haven't fully healed yet, or something like that.
She said that, and then she said some wounds never do heal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then she did confront she didn't actually confront the boyfriend again, but she did like apologize to him about how she was bad at letting people in and putting her like vulnerability down. So
That's
she
fair.
did have the character development, but it just didn't matter at the end.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
What I was thinking about too during the movie was like, if she could really just be the hero and kill herself with no one else around and just would that stop the chain?
That's got to be the hardest thing with horror movies, right? Is like when you have these ideas, like, because there's no way not everybody in that theater didn't think of that. I like you and I both are thinking that. It's like, well, duh, no wonder. Or it's like the thing with like A Quiet Place, where it's like none of you guys found out it likes noise. You couldn't just like start some speakers somewhere and then just like fucking bomb the shit out of it. Like, don't you guys have like aircraft carriers out in the ocean? Like,
yeah, honestly, that would be a good way to solve A Quiet Place. They just like they rock out the speakers at Times Square, and then they evacuate the area and then nuke it.
And then just nuke it. And then it's like, they're like, oh, but like, what if everything makes noise? It's like, well, can those fuckers swim? Like there's like millions of aircraft carriers out there that could do the job for you. Like, I don't know.
Well, they couldn't swim.
They can't fly either. Like, you could just like, even at places not near the ocean, like you said, just blast music somewhere and then have a flyby and just drop a bunch of nukes, or not nukes, but like, I don't know, whatever on them.
Oh, that'll be the Quiet Place 3, like, how they elevate it is they're gonna have wings. The monster's gonna be able to fly.
Horror movies are tough like that. It's so hard to find. It's so hard to get rid of a flaw that like totally debunks the whole thing. Because you're right, just kill yourself by yourself. And then what happens? Nobody watched it. The demon's gone.
Yeah.
Now your love that you left is gonna die because he witnessed you.
I thought the acting was all really good except for A-Train. He was very flat.
I thought it was fun that A-Train was in it though.
Yeah. Hey, that's A-Train from The Boys.
And Kumar.
Okay, well, that's another thing I want to talk about too, because I was very on board for like the entire movie, other than the parts that were spoiled in the marketing. But like, I was super invested in like the mystery and like,
is she gonna kill somebody?
Like figuring out everything that was going on, like figuring out the pattern and all that. I was very invested. And then when she decides like, oh, I'm gonna go to the hospital and kill somebody, and then it seems like she goes in and kills the one patient, and then Kumar rips off his face, and then that was like, I can't think of any other movie where I was like completely down, like completely sold, and then one thing happened that it just immediately flipped, and I was like, yeah, no,
it's fake.
Yeah. Like, wow, that completely ruined a lot of the movie for me. But then it was redeemed by the creature design, I
Yeah.
will say. But like I was almost like really pissed off by the movie because of Kumar ripping off his face. Like that was just a little bit too much. Like I think they could have just had her stabbing the guy and then maybe she wakes up from the hallucination. Like they really did not need him to rip off his face. But I guess if you go back to like the monster revealing itself and ripping off its own face, I mean, it could have been leading to that, but it was just a little bit too much for me. You know,
I agree.
It was like,
I know the basic rule of thumb is you don't want to show the creature design too much because, you know, a lot of diminishing returns and whatnot. But those scenes are the ones where I'm like, I wish that was the whole movie. Like,
I know.
I liked watching that big freaky monster, and it wasn't like I was terrified. I was like, that's cool.
I know. I wish we would have seen it more instead of the like 10 seconds.
Yeah, because when there's just someone smiling, it really wasn't that scary.
I will say though, there were a couple times when it was like somebody smiling that I like got chills. Like there were some creepy smiles.
Imagine being on like the casting team.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
They're like, just being like, all right, smile. They're like, oh, if you have a fucking freaky smile, all right, well, what's your number?
Be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't done this in a while. What would you rank this out of 10?
Oh, probably a 6.
I'd say 6 is fair.
It was like
very average,
but just a very average,
but not average enough where it was painful to watch.
It was slightly above average. Slightly above.
Yeah,
6.5.
6.5.
6.3.
I'd say mine sits around there too.
But I think this would be a good movie.
It would have been like a 4 I think it probably would have been a 4 without the creature design.
Yeah, well, because the whole time I just wanted to see what the demon was and what it was about, and the payoff was good. The payoff was worth it.
Payoff was worth it. I 100% agree.
I think this would be a good movie to just like throw on, like if you're just like looking for just a popcorn horror movie. You don't want to think too much about it. This is a good one to just throw on.
Yeah.
There's not anything like too deep. Oh, I do want to say though, like it was about like mental health and like if you are feeling bad, go talk to somebody about it. Like don't let it build up or whatever. But I thought it was funny that like
or kill yourself alone because you don't want to have anybody else die.
Yeah. Well,
don't do that, by the way. Please don't.
Yes. So like clearly she was holding it in. Like she wasn't telling her fiance about it. She didn't tell her therapist about it. She didn't tell her boss about it. And then once she like finally starts telling people about it, because you're like, oh, like it would clearly like make her feel so much better if she would just like talk about it, you know?
Yeah.
And then once she starts telling people, they're all like, you're fucking crazy.
You're scaring me. Also, if the ex-boyfriend really did like he had all the evidence, so there's no way he didn't believe everything, right? He had all the evidence in front of him. So why would he go and chase her?
Yeah, well, also...
And he's like, where are you? And you're like, do you want to die? Do you want to watch her kill yourself? And also, like, when she lit herself on fire, it's like, fucking run out of there.
Yeah,
she's smiling.
Exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's like, don't let it traumatize you. Just run.
How did he even find her, too? Like...
GPS location, because he's a cop.
Oh,
right?
True.
I was thinking about that when she called. I was like, oh, he could just track it, couldn't he?
Yeah. Still, like it's so dumb that he showed up. Like did she answer the phone or say something to him? Like, I'm just gonna go be alone. Like, I'm gonna face it. Like,
yeah. And then he tried to call like again, and she
what
left
a
her phone in the
dumbass.
car. Yeah, exactly.
Like, so if this movie makes enough money, they're definitely making a sequel. Like, they could easily make a sequel.
Very, very easily.
The thing didn't die, so they don't have to explain how it came back. They just can be like, oh, the chain kept going.
I have a question. Did they? So this is completely off topic. It was one of the trailers in the theater. Have they ever shown Michael's face?
I'm not sure about. I've seen up through Halloween 5.
I think it was a new trailer. But she unmasks Michael, and I was like, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if that's a tease, like if they actually will show what he looks like, but it's just like, no, that kind of ruins the whole purpose of him if you guys do that.
In the recent ones, they've been completely hiding his face too, so they have been like building it up, but I also don't think that they should completely reveal his face.
Yeah.
I, to be honest, don't think that we should cover that Halloween movie.
No, why not?
Well, I guess you got to watch all the other ones first, because this is like the finale. You know?
I have not seen any of the other ones, so yeah, I'd have to watch. And at that point, we might as well do a whole Halloween season or something.
That's right? What I was thinking. We might as well just save it for a Halloween season, because this new Halloween movie is in like a different continuity from the original ones. If that makes sense. Like,
no, that makes sense. Yeah.
There's the original Halloween movies. Have you seen Halloween 3, by the way?
Mm-mm.
It's like not connected to Michael Myers at all. It's like about these like haunted Halloween masks. It's actually pretty good.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's called Season of the Witch. Halloween 3 is actually interesting. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It stands on its own. But so like, there's the original Halloween movies. That's like Halloween, the original 2, 4, 5, 6, all the way to fucking however many. But that's like the original movies. And then they did...
Because this continuity... Because the other movies jump away from Jamie Lee Curtis, right?
Yeah. I think she comes back for H2O. But
is that the one? Don't they have one in space? I feel like every slasher film has something in space.
I think that one is the one in space. I haven't seen that one. But when they came out with the new Halloween movie, I think it's also just called Halloween. They were like, this is the true sequel to Halloween. So they were basically like, they did away with all the other sequels. And then there's the next one, Halloween Kills, I think is what the previous one was. So I don't know. You just have to watch all the other ones first, because this is the end. Assumingly.
So it's October now, officially.
Mm-hmm.
Is there? I don't think there's any other horror movies really coming out.
Other than that, I don't think.
Yeah, kind of a barren month for horror.
They should have waited on Barbarian, to be honest.
Yeah, true. Barbarian was the best one.
Let's see. Let's look up the...
Because video games calendar. Were stacked. We're fucking stacked on video game releases this month. Movies? I don't know.
Well, I think Black Adam comes out in October, which I think that'll be the next one that we cover. But Hellraiser comes out on Hulu. That counts.
That's true, actually.
How does that have a 7.2? How does the Terrifier 2 have a 7.2? Well, that's just because it's not even
Terrifier 2?
I don't know.
It has a cool movie poster.
That kid's in karate or in Cobra Kai, which you should definitely watch. Bless you.
Thank you.
Here is the Terrifier 1. It looks interesting.
Maybe we should film or something. It looks like.
Maybe we should put it on the list.
Lyle Crocodile. Does that come out this month?
It does. Oh, the Whale.
Oh, the Whale. Fuck yes.
That'll be our next one for sure. Oh, Black Adam at the end. But yeah, Pray for the Devil is another horror movie coming out.
My Special Boy comes out October 28th.
Is that Jason? This has to be a fan film. There'd be crazy marketing for this if this wasn't a fan film.
Why would they announce something a fan film on? Is this Fandango or IMDb?
It's just IMDb. They have like Spider-Man, the Spider-Man fan film that's coming up on here with the upcoming.
Well, these come out on October 28th. I will be locked in my room playing the Resident Evil DLC that day.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like there's a lot of horror movies coming out, but we'll definitely cover The Whale and Black Adam during October.
Yeah. Well, excuse me. That's all oh, Jesus, excuse me. Fuck. That's all I have to say about Smile. Very forgettable.
Yeah, but worth watching.
I like the monster. That's about it. I can't say I'll remember the monster. Maybe I'll come across it on YouTube one day and be like, oh yeah, I remember that scene and watch. But that's, I think, the extent of what this movie will occupy in my mind.
This would be a good movie to watch with a big group of people, as for a Halloween horror movie marathon or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I could see myself watching this movie again with a bunch of friends as you're scrolling through oh, let's watch a horror movie, and then someone's going to be like, oh, let's watch Smile. I feel like this would be a good movie to just casually watch with a bunch of people.
Yeah, I agree. It's not so bad where it's yeah, we'll leave it at that. It's one you could watch with your friends. Not really worth watching on your own.
It'll be, the next time I watch it, it will be in many years from now when I don't remember everything from the trailer.
Yeah, chill.
All right, be on the lookout for our next episode of the Podcrastinators. It will be Adaptation.
Also, on my channel, there's new videos every weekday.
Yep.
So be on the lookout for that. Cuphead, Nier, all the good stuff.
Darth Boopy.
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 Boopy. Just
Boopy.
All right, bye everybody.
Goodbye.